Hey, what's going on, guys? So it's day number 2.
I think you taking a picture.
Hopefully everything goes well today. It's approximately 9 o'clock in the morning. Here comes the taxi, so we'll talk to you guys later.
I know it's a little bit complicated name, so you can just call me Matt, as my friends do, okay? Today we will see ancient Rome.
All right, Jack, about to drink from the ancient Rome fountain. Go, Jackie. Oh, baby, so ancient. I mean, pretty ancient, but. Guys, it's hot, but
yeah,
we here. Ooh, look at that view, man. It's beautiful.
The view from here would be this. Temple, Venice and Rome. That is the place used today by the Pope for the Mass on Easter. Each Friday on Easter, every year, Pope Francis comes there, goes there, and celebrates the Mass from there. And there are all the people here in the valley.
Guys, so we are at the Gladiator show. We're waiting for it to start. It's kind of spooky because it was like in the middle of nowhere in Rome, like dark area. The taxi thought he was in the wrong spot. We thought he was in the wrong spot too.
I was like, we might need some pepper spray before we go down this road. Where we going? I don't know.
And we're in this like little lobby area. It's kind of like an outside activity, but it's like under a shed thing, so it should be pretty cool.
See what it's gonna be like. Hopefully it'll grow, or neither one of them grow.
Should be fine.
Yeah.
And my name is Titus. I'll be your guide and the editor of this show. This is the section about gladiators. I'll tell you some things, but first I would like to choose a victim. Those types. Now, here you may see some of the gladiator classes. There were plenty, and throughout history they updated and changed them to keep the fights different and more entertaining for the people. a gladiator did not choose his weapons, armors, or helmet before each battle, but used the same class for all of his career, which made him more recognizable by the crowd. Then every helmet and armor or weapon had some advantages or disadvantages. This allowed the people who gambled also to make better predictions for the match, for fun. Now let's start with this. This, for example, is the Secutor. It was given to the bulkiest and strongest ones, and it's very protective on the top. But there are two disadvantages. Who can guess?
Neck.
The neck. Actually, there's this part on the neck protection which makes it difficult for this class to turn its head like this. So this one moved like this.
Oh, peripheral vision.
Peripheral vision. So this one was the most advantage against the long-range weapons, like the Opomaco, which used the spear, so hit him on the legs or on the ribs where he could not see it coming. Then here we have the traditional Roman sword. Who knows the name of this? Gladius, correct, from which we have a gladiator. The gladius was designed for the legionaries, the Roman military, to be very effective in close spaces. With this sword, they could do quick and small cuts and used it more for stabbing. This weapon was very effective for stabbing, which is very good for killing enemies. Stabbing rather than cutting. But the legionaries were very smart and discovered that by rubbing garlic on the edges, they improved the cutting a lot. Because garlic is also an anticoagulant, which avoids the wounds from sealing, more blood, and more fun. So this is good for stabbing. We have this kind of curved sword, which is called the Sika, and this one was used by Australian gladiators. This was a joke, of course. There were no Australian gladiators. This was used by the Thracian, and this sword is very effective against the shields. You want to be the next victim? Oh, you? What's your name? Manuel, come step forward. Okay, Manuel, be careful, because with the Sika, the enemy can pull the shield away to create an opening and slice your stomach. You like the guts following all over the sand. For now, you may keep your guts. Thank you, Manuel. And there is the most famous gladiator in history that came from Bulgaria. If you say Maximus, you get crucified. Aaron? Spartacus, correct. Spartacus was from Bulgaria, so he used this sword when he was a gladiator. And step closer. This one was the Thracian helmet, which, as you may see, has a better peripheral vision. It also has a forehead protection for reducing the damages on the head. Then here there's a decoration of a mythological animal. What do you think this is?
Oh no. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Try and guess. No.
A goat?
It's a griffin.
Oh.
Okay, now you need to be Spartacus. Here we go.
Ooh.
Good. Okay, turn around. Let's hear it for Spartacus. Does it push on the nose? Does it? Does it push you here? Good. We must break that then. Okay, Spartacus, you're very tough. You've got almost nothing to fear except for this class. This one is called the Reziario and use the trident and the net. The griffin you have on the top is very good for my net. If I throw it over you, you will stay stuck. And at this point, the Reziario could throw you to the ground to finish you. Like spaghetti alla carbonara. They preferred becoming gladiators, even if it was a very dangerous profession. Because gladiators, they had the chance of becoming liberti. Libertus is the name of the class of freed Roman slave. And the libertus was allowed to do any job like any other Roman citizen, even become a politician. With this, I'm not saying it was a way for being good towards the slaves. This invention was a way for Romans to have the slaves work more hardly to regain back their freedom and spy on each other for conspiracies. Yeah, if a gladiator managed to survive in a fight, then he could become a libertus, and at that point, if he wanted, he could find himself another profession, give up the fighting. But not many professions would pay you as much money as this one back then. So most of the gladiators that got their freedom back either became doctore, which is gladiator trainers, or free professional gladiators. For the free professionals, the fights in the arenas were less dangerous because at this point they gained a lot of popularity. They were very famous and people loved them. Boys like Alex and Manuel would have a lot of posters and toys like action figures about them. So they did not want to see them die, but wanted to see them fight again and again. So they have the professionals fight only against other professionals in pre-organized matches, which ended at first blood, or against criminals which received very poor weapons and entered exhausted and starving, stood almost no chance of surviving.
Get him, man, get him! It's like UFC.
With the thumbs up and thumbs down. No.
Yes.
It's a false. You know, some French painting, and then Hollywood thought this has more suspense. So let's keep it for the movies. Rock and roll. For mercy, there is this. And if you want mercy, you must say mite. Spare him. Or else there is this other one. And then you must say Yugula.
Yugula.
What does Yugula sound like?
You go.
It's over here.
Oh, jugular.
Correct. So it's and Valerius is raising 2 fingers towards you. This is how a gladiator would beg for mercy. Second chance, please. This would be a terrible idea. But the choice is yours, people. So now let me hear it and show me your hands. Mercy or no mercy?
Yugula. Cut it.
The crowd has spoken. You spare him, Valerius. Live and fight another day.
Ah, what is this?
Thank you.